Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of Doom 2016. Now, since the last episode, episode 6, there was another stream of Doom where we did two things. A, I took the difficulty for that stream up to ultraviolence because what we did was we went back to a couple of the earlier levels, and with the help of one of our viewers, Jab, he knows this game front and back and absolutely helped me to locate a whole bunch of collectibles and dolls and suit upgrade pieces that were available in those earlier levels that I had overlooked. Just sort of a fun extra bonus, and I love how much Jab knows about this game, and I wanted to try some of the combat at the higher difficulty level. Now, I've set it back down. Let's just double check. I think we've moved it back to Hurt Me Plenty. Let me just look. Yes, so that's been put back for our continuation of the campaign, but that's something that happened between, so there's a couple extra weapon upgrades, unlocks that's been done since then, and that puts us into a very good position to go ahead with the next couple missions in the game, starting right now. You reclaim the Crucible and are returning to Mars. You must close the well, the power source of the Hell Portal on Mars. To do this, you will have to make one last Hell jump. Samuel has a plan to send you back to the well's location. He will need your assistance to carry it out.
With it, the means to contain the power of the well. We have a plan to send you there. VEGA will walk you through the process.
I will feel forever dumb about believing that was Lance Henriksen. He sounds so much like Lance Henriksen on some of the deliveries. And hello to Princess Casey. Casey, thank you so much for the resubscription. Casey is very interested in coffee as well as the sub anniversary. Casey, I really appreciate both of those things. The coffee for you and the sub anniversary here. For real, it's awesome. Thank you very much, and I hope you're having a great weekend. I don't know what VEGA is yet. VEGA is powered by a mix of unrefined Argent plasma taken directly from the Argent fracture and UIC technology. Details regarding the development of VEGA are closely... Oh, right, VEGA's like the AI that talks to us from time to time, right? The fact that we're getting a log about this makes me suspect that VEGA is going to be targeting us for destruction pretty soon. Oh, also, I'm so sorry. I wanted to look at these. Perform 5 different glory kills on imps. So that's front, left, right, back, top. Got that. And then kill 3 demons with 1 frag grenade. Okay, let's equip frag grenade. And then kill a Caco demon with the chainsaw. So 1 and 3 should be easy enough. But let me just make sure that we get frag grenade. Okay, we've got that equipped. We just have to kill... It's in 1 hit, right? 3 demons with 1 frag grenade.
This is my primary operating facility. It is where I was created and where my core processing unit is maintained. It takes approximately 2.4 terawatts of power to sustain my operational capabilities, but it has been decided that we can use that power to send you to the source of the portal. I will not survive the procedure and am unable to self-terminate, so I will walk you through the process. All interior and exterior facility doors have been secured. You will need to begin by finding a way in and disabling the security systems.
Now, Casey is saying that she's getting sick of Windows and might be switching over to Apple. Casey, I feel like a lot of your streams are done on console, but I don't know if they all are, because that would be the thing about Apple. I don't know that you'd have quite the same gaming opportunities. In terms of streaming stability and video codecs, it might be substantially better to go that way. By the way, Casey recently did a stream of Dante's Inferno, which I think is something that she streamed before. I'm trying to remember if she streamed it or if it was somebody else. Dante's Inferno is one of those games that I always intended to get around to, and still to this day have not. Okay, but I wanted to go over there. Is this a secret? Yeah, it looks like a one. There's a doll down here. All of Casey's games are done on console. Oh, let's try to do a glory kill. Okay, just come. Wait, what? So I was absolutely pressing the wrong button. I was pressing E instead of F. That's what happens when you take a few too many days off between sessions. So I'm sorry. I do want to search in this area, but so now we've done the top down on the demon. I would love to. And this just leads right back up here, and I don't think there's going to be anything down here, but we'll look just to be on the safe side. I do have the suit upgrades to see where secrets are, but it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to be careful. Casey, you want to know a game that I think you were playing it that I'd like to play at some point myself was the Lego Skywalker Saga? Where's that sound? Oh, okay. You definitely need to... I was hoping somehow I'd get all three of them. I know that that was unlikely. Can I get back up there? I really want to do some glory kills on these guys. Yes, thank you, sir. So I don't think that we've done from behind yet. That's 3 of 5. I think I got 2 of them with the grenade. Also, I don't know if demons is just the catch-all for entities from hell. Like, can you kill 3 possessed and it still counts? But yeah, Casey, if what you're looking for is a reliable machine from which you can stream your console games,
I operate on 2 separate neural networks that terminate in this maintenance facility. Each termination point is protected by an electrified field, but you should survive the surge.
Ginger Beef, hello to you. I hope that you're having a great Sunday so far. That's health. That's BFG. I think I've fired the BFG like twice. I think I've mentioned this before, but my general thinking is that if I can pass a combat encounter without using the BFG, then I know that the BFG is there when I do need it, which leads me to not using it. But I'm sure that on a higher difficulty level, I would use it frequently. Okay, so I'm at maximum ammo. Let's switch off to, yeah, this guy. Oh, and also, I'm sorry, I do want to check my weapon options. So we've got both of those. We've got both of those. Tactical scope, I mean, look, man, maybe. I do have the 4 points, but let's just look at any other thing. Explosive shot removes the loading time, and... Oh, but I need 1 more point for either of those. I'd rather have that than the tactical scope upgrade. And then this one is 3 or more demons with a siege mode beam 10 times, and I'm at 6. All right, let's switch to siege mode beam. Which is what, this one? Yes, hold on, that one. Okay, here's siege mode beam.
Primary neural security network offline.
Actually, I've switched my mind on what I want to do here. Nah, that was from behind, damn it. Okay, that was from the front. That's not an imp. Wait, you don't... I was about to say, is he out of stagger mode now? Okay, time out. Who was I supposed to kill with the grenade? Caco Demon. Alright, I know those guys. Okay, that's a fantastic shot, by the way. Okay, let's try from this side. I don't know. No, I guess I got that one. Okay, so the other side. What is that? His left? Okay, that's kind of hoping to hold on to the rest of that man's corpse. We all hear like a dude, right? Okay, so this side? Okay, I swear to God. I know that I've done back. I've done front. That must be an upgrade. I know I've done front. I know I've done back. I know I've done above. So I feel like it's the left and right. Maybe I have to aim at the legs. Wasn't that a thing that we learned in an earlier episode? Hello to Platform Platypus. Platform, I hope you're having a great Sunday. Continuing to have a great Sunday. Because yes, as Platform Platypus is saying... We got a chance to do a stream earlier today as well. Speaking of people who are back at streaming, Platypus and Gingerbeef, did you guys see that App was back? That was extremely good news. I wanted to send him like a DM or something just to say I'm really glad that you're streaming again. Do I need to pull a switch for this? Am I on the wrong level? That is too much armor for what I need right now, so that's why I'm sort of moving away from it.
Auxiliary neural security network offline.
Platypus says that he was going to stream again today, but had some tech issues. I'm sorry to hear that, but I was, again, just glad that he was able to stream again. It was like 10, 11 days.
Are now vulnerable. I recommend destroying my coolant system first. This will accelerate the destabilization process.
Oh, you guys. Well, hold on. Let's see if we can spend a little bit of ammo. Well, I'm on infinite ammo, so we won't worry about it. Okay, there's our challenge. Please do not underestimate the number of shots that I just missed. What do I want to use against this guy? Combat shotgun works, but I feel like rocket launcher works better. Sure. As far as I know, the guy that shoots those, like, the big, like, laser beams, they are new to this game. I just don't remember them from any previous version of Doom. And I really like them. Them and the Summoners feel like they're completely new additions to this. And I think that they're both really good, and they fit in really well with the others. It's also possible that I'm completely making this up. And that they've been here the whole time. I just don't remember any big laser beam guys. The Lost Souls, the Caco Demons, the Pinkies, those guys I definitely remember. All right, let's pick up any health. Oh, and that big armor piece that was downstairs that I didn't want to get before. There's a reason I was saving that, because now we get to pick it up on our way out. I don't think I need this. And then I do want to find that armor. It's probably on the map, too. Yeah, so I'm on the wrong end of the chamber. Casey's saying, after being distracted by the shooting in this awesomeness, I think you were telling me that switching to the Apple OS was something that was going to be more stable or something. I don't know more stable, but I think that it's going to work really well. Macs have been the de facto standard for, like, video editing for generations, like computer generations at this point. I feel like there's some really good tools on PC. However, I feel like if you want to do any sort of video production, you're going to find an abundance
Should
of...
you find yourself caught in a level 3 demon contamination pit, it is important that you remain calm. A tier 3 fellow wouldn't panic, and neither should you.
Can we get a third guy? Hold on. I don't like my options of getting 3 of these guys. Oh, look at that, we did! Any weapon.
Weaponizing demons for a brighter tomorrow.
And then for streaming, I would just think it would take whatever. Like, I would think. So, I can't think of any downside if moving to an Apple is what you'd want. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I just want to not be in here with him.
Weaponizing demons for a brighter tomorrow.
I have not forgotten that I'd like to kill 3 demons with a frag grenade. I just... What I feel like I want is 3 guys that will all die when they're hit with a frag grenade. And so far I've been... Okay, I could have sworn that I saw one of those holograms react when I shot at it. And I just wanted to be sure that I wasn't missing an opportunity to kill those. Hello to Caroluna and Mr. Bones. Bones is asking, is this 2016? Well, Bones, it felt a little bit like 2006 earlier in the week when we watched Superman Returns, which back when that came out, I was kind of mid on the whole thing. And watching it today, it is remarkable how much heart and thought and effort went into that movie. I would like to get those. Yeah, I think that The Amazing Spider-Man is an amazing movie that was like completely improperly maligned back when it came out. Without addressing that, you know, I don't think that Superman Returns is that good, but it is much, much better than I gave it credit for at the time. And don't get me wrong, I did not dislike it the way that some people did, but to watch it now, it's like, boy, they really, really went for it in terms of being a direct follow-up to to Superman 2. And the thing that struck me, Bones, is something that I talked about on social media. I just posted that how do I get up there, do you think? It feels like it's here, but not, and also in the next room.
For a brighter tomorrow.
the flying scenes. So don't get me wrong, it's literally right here. I have nothing against Henry Cavill or Tyler Hoechlin or anybody else who has played Superman. Like, I personally cannot envision Nicolas Cage as Superman, but shit, I don't know, give him a shot if he wants to play Superman. It's no skin off my back. When it comes to the special effects of flying, I feel like at some point in the mid-2000s, it became, 2010s, the fashionable way for Superman to take off from standing to flight is to become a CGI blur in the span of about 3 frames and to just like shoot off like a rocket. He just goes from 0 to Mach 20 instantaneously. And that is something that when you watch the Superman Returns, that's not how he takes off, and it's a way different vibe. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out, because watching Superman like lift off and just like glide up into the air, and then I want to continue playing the game, but one thing, Bones, that I'd completely overlooked when I first watched it is that Brendan Routh, he's the guy that plays Superman in Superman Returns, when he like slows down, he does this little like thing with his hands, like he's like a swimmer might do if they needed to slow down in the water. Just this really subtle like braking maneuver, and it's so slight that I don't know, I just never paid attention to it when I first saw it. This is the second time I've ever watched the movie, so it's not like I've like overlooked this for years and years, but it's just those subtle little things that, I don't know. The Superman Returns is a cool movie. It was also supposed to be like the first of a new trilogy, just like every single Terminator movie ever made is supposed to be the first of a new trilogy. And I would have liked to see what they did with that, personally. Can I interact with this plant, or...
Security clearance required. Blue security clearance required.
Okay, not yet. Hello to Czar. Pretty sure this is the level I maxed out, Rich Get Richer. I believe, Czar, that we did get that. Yes, yep, that's... I think the only one that I don't have maxed out, which that's a good call. We should probably switch that around. I like more armor drops. Stagger off less damage. Well, I want that so that we can try to get the imps. Actually, there's nothing here that I don't want. Oh, yeah, and the last one is that you have to kill demons after you've died, but not, like, gone dead. I don't know that I want to do that one. Carolina says, just dropping by quickly before bed to make sure that Angel is killing them properly dead. Carolina, if you do have to go, I hope that you have a great evening. Thank you very much for hanging out, and thank you for the attempted raid earlier. Bones have said I meant Doom, but yeah, Singer sucks. Yeah, Singer and... Who plays Lex Luthor in that? Kevin Spacey. Not cool people. Okay, so be aware that there's a lot of bad blood off camera in and around Superman Returns. Taken as a movie for like what is actually on the screen, though. Wait, can I? Why do I feel like I'm walking right past that? It must be on the other side of this then. Yes. So we have to get through that blue door. The question now is, where do we find a blue... Yeah, so don't go forward until we find the blue... Oh, no. This means I've walked right past the blue man at some point. Because I don't see any place that I haven't already been that I have access to. Okay, well, we'll go look around. Let's just check around here quickly before I give up. It wouldn't be the first time that I walked right up to the blue man and missed it. But Bones is also saying Routh is such a better Clark than he was a Superman. And the Superman that would have worked for Cage was when he was actually being considered. The weird Mullah-era post-Doomsday Superman. I lost my shit when he showed up in Flash fighting a spider. Yes, that was very cool. The Flash... Maybe not my favorite DC movie, but some of the Elseworlds things that they did. Are we allowed to talk about that movie at this point? Let me just say that there's an extended co-star in there that I really, really appreciated. Like that Flash movie, we're talking about the one with Ezra Miller, understood the affection that people of a certain age, like me and Bones, oh, okay, I wasn't pressing this before, have for some of the earlier movies set in the DC universe. You know, not that are part of the Snyder universe or whatever, but there's a lot of cool stuff in there. So I was doing a farm in Expedition 33 over 1,500 Lumina, which was the resource I was wanting, and I lost all of it. Oh no, because the game crashed. Zara, are you on PC or console? If you've never heard of Kevin Smith talk about his script for that movie, look into it. Bones, I have had that script downloaded on probably 3 separate occasions because I want to read it. I would love it if this guy shut up. I cannot overstate how disinterested I am in his
a massive supercooled
product.
structure was built to house Vega's miles of circuitry and millions of processing centers.
Okay, I don't need that. Yeah, that Kevin Smith script is, as far as I know, not allegedly, like really, truly available. I've read the beginning of it where, like, I think Brainiac shows up in a skull-based spaceship.
You're looking at the only absolute zero cooling system ever constructed. It took years to perfect. Destroy each of the 4 coolant generators. Once they are no longer functional, my primary systems should begin to melt down.
I do want to note, because I'm actually playing the game, I like the fact that the story is here. If there was no story, no dialogue, if it was just moving through these levels with no context or purpose, I probably would have stopped playing. That's not because I'm not enjoying the mechanics. I actually like them quite a lot. But a game like this with absolutely no context for why you're doing it, I would just immediately lose interest in it. And I am curious in Olivia Pierce and Samuel Hayden and Vega. I just, like, the hologram of it. Some of the, like, technobabble, that's the stuff I could sort of leave. But do not misunderstand. I'm not like, oh my God, shut up. I'm really mad at the story being here. I'm actually really glad that they put some thought and effort into it. All right, let's interact with... Probably just shoot it, right?
1. Core temperature rising.
Okay. I take a lot of damage from a lot of sources. I feel like the Cacodemons specifically just have me dialed in. They are able to hit me in circumstances where I feel I should have been able to dodge and failed at doing so. I would have loved to have seen that. I do not know what angle I've not hit the imps at. Wait, that was an imp. From here then. No, so let's aim at the legs. I feel like I'm coming in left and right, and that's not what I'm meant to do. I think I need to target like different body parts or something. What I was going to say is that I would have loved to have seen that Kevin Smith Superman movie. I might not have liked it, but I really would have liked it if it existed. Like, I know that this is probably sacrilege because so many people do like it. Dogma, not really a fan. I know so many people that love that movie, but yeah, that movie, not for me. However, I appreciate the fact that it exists. I didn't hate watching it, you know, okay, leg. F. Okay, so that was 4 out of 5. We'll try, I don't know, from behind and aim at the leg? Maybe forward? I don't know what the rules in this are. You would really think that by this point in the game I would have worked out what is and is not a glory kill function. One thing I would not do, though, is go to, like, a Kevin Smith event and, like, share my thoughts on which of his films are not for me, because A, nobody's there for that, and B, I've seen people try to do that, and it does not go well for them. Yeah, targeting the legs is like a whole different thing. Oh, maybe that's what we have to do. Maybe we have to have an imp like up against a wall, so we do that knee crush. None of these are imps, I know. I'm just sort of trying to get a sense for how some of these alternate kills work. Oh man, I keep... Oh, imps! So, leg. I feel like I already got that leg, though. Sure. Okay, but I need men to punch. You'll do. Oh, right, they have their weapon. Oh, imp, hold on. Imp. Okay, we did it. So now I still need to kill 3 enemies with 1 frag grenade, which is probably going to benefit from having, like, a stun. I'd like to look at chat again. I need to work my way over to... Okay, hold on. Am I... No, I'm on Heat Blast. We want to be on Stun, I feel like. I want the cooling thing is a buff. All right. Hold on, this is great. Oh, come the hell on, man. Hold on. Everybody just stay there. I'm out of grenades. Sorry. Sir, can you come back up here? Okay, everybody, all together now. Just really hoping. Happy Sunday to you, Kaz. Hold on, it's been very loud here for a second. Okay, he's gonna start throwing green at me. Sorry, I want to check in on chat, but just a few seconds here. Kaz, we were talking a little bit about Czar lost 1,500 Lumina, if I'm saying the right word, because Expedition 33 crashed on him, which is terribly disappointing.
Thank you. You can now move to where my core is located to complete this process.
Czar, without knowing the specifics of Expedition 33, something less disruptive than that happened to me when playing like Silent Hunter 3, which was like a submarine game. I never played it again. And like when it happened, I was just sort of disappointed. I wasn't thinking to myself, that's it, I'm rage quitting this game forever. But I lost all... Okay, that's just an in-universe alarm. I just lost all interest in playing it. There's nothing quite like losing that amount of progress. It was, I basically lost out on one mission that I'd done so much work in, and the game just crashed. And I was like, well, then I'm gonna go play a game that doesn't crash. I don't know. Okay, hold on, let's... Also, it's been a minute since we still don't have the blue key card. I don't need that health, but there is apparently a data point. I'm sorry, it is over here somewhere. Apparently. But then again, I don't know if Kaz is also avoiding information about Expedition 33. Like, I certainly want to be very careful not to learn anything about it, but maybe Kaz does as well. In my head, Kaz is very knowledgeable about that game. I want this, and somehow have touched every surface that is not that. There it is. Okay. I felt the same way, honestly. I'm not very religious in any way, so it felt like a lot of the humor was lost on me. Oh, of Dogma. I will say that's one of my favorite Jay and Bob. It has one of my favorite Jay and Bob jokes out of there. You want to know what is the Kevin Smith adjacent project that I really, really loved? Was the Clerks animated series. I believe I have talked about this. First of all, it was just very funny on its own. Secondly, I have infinite respect for a television series that makes its second episode a clip show. Oh my god. That is just conceptually the funniest thing that you could have done. I really, really, like, and you can't find it anywhere. And immediately people are going to be like, oh, actually, you can watch Clerks, the animated series on these 5 streaming services right this second. That's awesome. And you should watch it then, because it is absolutely worth your time. I feel like I can't find it anywhere. So yeah, I would like to see what's over here if I can. But yeah, everybody has like, oh, this and that, their favorite like Kevin Smith thing. And I'm like, but what about Clerks, the animated series? Cargo transfer? Is this what I want? It's like the thing that nobody ever talks about.
The train will take you to the entrance.
Okay, I have gotten everything from over here, and theoretically we're still looking for a blue key card. So let's go to the train below.
For you to gain access to my core, the demonic threat must be removed from the room ahead.
This is not really much of a ranged weapon, though. Oh, no, I don't know what's down here. Hold on, I don't want to go down. I don't know if I killed that guy with the chainsaw. I certainly meant to. Oh, so there were two other things that we watched over the last couple days. Number one was an animated movie called Red Sun, and you might pick up on a certain theme here. Red Sun is it's an animated adaptation of, I'm sure it was a comic book. What if Superman had crash landed in 1950s Russia? And how might that story have gone? That was a really interesting story. I thought it was clever to see some of these characters reimagined around a different world history. Hold on, I am getting swarmed by guys that I do not have the damage output to deal with. Hold on a second. This might be BFG time. Or it could just be pace time. Kaz says that's okay. I've not played Expedition 33, still waiting for my pro. I know nothing about Expedition, and I've been spoiled about the story already, which I'm not happy about, but that's not because of you. Yeah, as far as I know, I've not yet been spoiled on the story and would very much like to keep it that way. Before we respawn, let's just take a quick look here. Yeah, no, Carolina lost 1,000 hours over 2 games. Carolina, I'm so sorry that you lost those save games. Like, Captain of Industry, I feel like you were really, really deep into that. That sucks. Hold on, I want to read what Bone said as well. Let me scroll back here. Fuck. So, Zara, it crashed on console. The reason that I asked is that I would have expected the console release to be much more stable. Zara says, I've already lost a 100-hour playthrough before. I've yet to go back to that game, and that was over 10 years ago. What game was that, Zara, out of curiosity? I accidentally deleted, well, actually, I guess unthinkingly deleted the save game that I had in Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood, which was 100% completion. It was everything in the whole game. And then when I thought about it afterwards, I was like briefly disappointed, and then I was like, but it was 100% completion. Like, was I going to get a Congressional Medal of Freedom at some point if I just held on to the evidence of that? Who cares? Like, I'm the only person that cares in the whole wide world that it ever even happened, and I know that it happened. So, yeah, it was on the Xbox 360. I deleted the save after it was done. Okay, that's fine. It's more reason to replay it someday, if anything. Bones played 20 hours or so with the first Golden Sun on GBA. My girlfriend at the time asked to try it, played for 30 minutes ago, wanted to quit, and proceeded to overwrite my save. Oh, no. I've never played another second of any Golden Sun game. At least it wasn't malicious. I know that's not a lot, but hey, it would have been worse. I've read about people that like lost their entire Pokemon save because like a kid stopped by, oh, can I play your system? They don't think about it, and then yeah, they wind up overwriting it. Although now that I think about it, that's hard to do on Pokemon. So maybe I'm thinking about something else. If you want to reset a Pokemon save, you've got to like you've got to go through some steps for it because it's specifically protected against that. Superman Red Sun was an Elseworlds comic, really good stuff. It was very good. And then we watched, like, that was so good that then the next day we wound up watching the Injustice animated movie, which was not. I'm not going to say, like, don't watch it, but no, it was a dramatic drop-off in quality. Among other things, somebody who wrote that movie believed they were very funny. And all I can say is that their sense of humor is pretty far away from
For you to gain access
mine.
to my core, the demonic threat must be removed from the room ahead.
I think these guys are fighting one another, and that's fine. Okay, I'm just taking unnecessary damage again. I feel like I can't speak for the comic book, but I feel like that animated movie is probably the worst way to experience the story of Injustice. I didn't think that, no offense, but I didn't think the voice acting was particularly well cast. I don't think that the people are like untalented. I just don't think they were very well suited for their roles. I didn't think that I'm not going to get to that guy. Okay. I thought the story was generally I really disliked the artwork. Like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that comes into a lot of animated films with an extremely strong opinion on animation techniques or shading or whatever that, but I don't know. That Injustice movie just looks kind of ugly. It reminds me of a G.I. Joe cartoon that came out, I mean, we're talking years ago. They tried to do some sort of like a reboot of the G.I. Joe like series with like a brand new art style, and it just reeked of trying way too hard to be edgy. And that's what the Injustice movie was like. Okay, not great decision making here. Here we go. So, really out of ammo. What the, did I not have enough fuel? I earnestly thought that I had enough to take that guy, but I didn't count it in time. Injustice is such a good comic series based on a video game, and fuck that movie. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad that I'm not alone on that. I usually don't like to come into things and be like, oh, I watched this thing and it was crap, but it was... I found, like, Harley, Green Arrow... I'm trying to think of anybody else. There's at least one point where I think Superman tries to be funny, and every single time it was like the timing is completely off, the jokes are not funny, I don't know what they're going for. This is the most me thing of all time, says Bones, but my biggest disappointment out of all the DC animated movies was the Killing Joke. Bones, I have not seen that yet, and it's because I've heard universally negative things about it. I don't know a single person, comic book fan or not, that thought that that movie was worth a damn. My favorite comic of all time, says Bones. I got to see it in the theater for the first time, and holy shit, I hated it. Bones, it's not just you, and you probably know this. I have not heard a kind word said about that movie by anybody. By the way, Zara is saying that it was an old PC game, one of the Command & Conquers. So, wait, what? What did it have some sort of meta progression, Czar? Like, I want to say that one of the Generals games had like meta progression where you would unlock things for your account, but I could be completely wrong on that. Yeah, I've only got 3 fuel. Hold on. Just not even close on that shot. Okay, just a terrible start. I love the way Justice League looks, and Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. Teen Titans, I'm less a fan of that specific art style, but I don't dislike it near as much as that Injustice movie. Injustice had these like super angular look to all of the characters, which they decided to highlight and contrast by having just this inexplicable like everything is outlined in black, and I don't mean like the characters are cel shaded. I mean like elements of their body, like their knuckles, their elbows, their armpits are all like just this inky blackness. Like everybody is cast in this super harsh light, except it's not justified in the scene or in anything else in the environment. It just makes the characters look like crap, I think. Oh boy, living in that corner, not a great choice when the weapon that I'm using against you is a rocket launcher. But then again, who am I talking trash to? Ow! I am super stuck on something. Like, I want you to know I did not stop moving there on purpose. I was going forward and got caught on something. Czar says, I was still new to gaming. I was 10 and nearly at the end of my campaign when the save just disappeared. Not that it got corrupted or deleted. It was like it never existed. Czar, I had that happen on exactly one game ever. It was Star Control 2. It just... You know what was weird, Czar? It wasn't that the save deleted. It's that it rolled back by like 15 hours. It was the strangest thing. And this was well before cloud saves. This was 10 years before cloud saves were a thing. So I have absolutely no idea. Okay, oh, there's lost souls in here. I honestly didn't see one, but that's what that sound is, and it's what just hit me. No, hold on. Okay, I am... Every once in a while in this game, there'll be like something that like comes at me from behind, and I'm not aware that it's there, so now I'm trying to go in that direction. There's an enemy swiping at me and stopping me from moving, and it takes me just long enough to not to know that I wound up getting very dead. Hold on. Oh boy. Okay, how about this one then? Oh my gosh. Boy, just when I think that I've like started to get this under control. Okay, that's too much damage though. By the way, while I'm running around and killing, I saw somebody, I'm trying to remember now who, say that they really, really like 28 years later. I would like to see that movie. I'll be very interested to learn what I think of it, because I loved 28 Days Later. And then I was disappointed by 28 Weeks Later until God damn it, until I saw it a second time. And I feel like I'm coming into 28 years later with effectively no expectations at all. Like, I'm curious about it, which I feel like is the best way to go into a movie for me. Because it's like, hey, if I like it, that's cool, and if I don't like it, hopefully I can come away. But I'm not going to come away like ultra disappointed. Like, man, oh, I was really looking forward to this one. Okay. I guess part of it is that I thought that franchise was done. I didn't really expect that we would get another one. So the idea of picking it up at any point in time seems cool. That works. gosh. I am still proceeding on the assumption that this is not an infinite wave, but like there's not a thing I'm supposed to be doing, right? When we came in here, Vega was like, oh, please take care of the demon menace in this next room. Because if there's a switch that I'm supposed to pull to shut down the enemy spigot... Okay, I don't know where to go! Let's grab that armor if I can. Okay. What? I like that armor, too. Not a lot of ammo there, nothing there. Rocket launcher, we got some of this. Okay, could have used that. That's fine. That's fine. What am I getting stuck on now? So, I mean, that, obviously I was moving in a straight line, but leading up to that, I got like, I don't know, I just sort of ground to a halt for a second. Bones is saying he's heard nothing good about 28 Years Later. Yeah, no, I've seen from a couple people that they really liked it. Bones loved it. And hello to Debauchery. Debauchery, the Thaumaturge is on sale, and based on what little I've seen in your stream, I will definitely be picking that up in the Steam Summer Sale. It is somewhat less expensive on Green Man Gaming than it is on Steam, but yeah, that's, you know, you just a glance at that game has... I thought I would like it, and then from what little I've seen on your stream, I'm like, yep, this is definitely the stuff. Hold on, let me... Right, those... Son of a bitch. Okay, but not here. Okay, I really, really wanted to kick him over into his friend, but I didn't get the angle right. Okay, but no, hit the thing. Okay. In my head, Jeremy Renner was in 28 Weeks Later, and I'm not sure that that's accurate. I'm only mostly sure that Rose Byrne was in it. Okay, that's a new one. I've not seen that kill before. The throw against the wall. I absolutely did more damage to myself with that rocket launch. No! Debauchery said, sweet, I know you haven't been checking Discord, but I did ping you in a DM. I will look to take a look at that. Jab says there's 3 BFG rounds there, so they're expecting you to use the BFG. Alright, I should probably do that. I was mentioning earlier, and hello to Jab, that I've been very hesitant to use the BFG, but yeah, this is a lot of very, very tough dudes. And Bone says, Jeremy Renner is in it. It's been a very long time since I've seen that movie. And Robert Carlyle's in that as well. I think it was Tom Chick was talking about like what an amazing opening like 6 minutes that movie has. And it's not that it gets worse after that, it's just it's a really strong opening. unlike the start to this battle... Okay, I need something that's a little bit better at the... I will take any place that... Wait, I don't want to be down here. I take it back. What is that horrible sound? Go forward. I think at some point it switched to the precision shot, and I'd rather use siege mode. If I took damage from that, then that was even dumber than I felt doing it. I haven't worked out if doing the glory kill on those barrel guys. They're basically the guys that are strapped up with the explosives. Okay, I was gonna say, one of us is gonna die here. It'll probably be me. Okay, that's low ammo. That's low ammo. Rocket launcher still got some juice left to it. That's too close. Okay, that's way too close. Yep, I need something that's not going to do damage to me for a while. Middle mouse button, dude. Okay. So if you have the chainsaw out, you cannot throw a grenade. I feel like that's what I just learned and maybe should have known before that. Also, they're probably expecting to use this, which I also have not been doing recently. Jab probably knows this, but the reason that I'm not using the siphon grenade is that in a perfect world, I would kill 3 guys with a frag grenade and get the challenge, the weapon challenge. The further this level goes, the less and less likely that feels. Nope. Not in the corner, please. Okay, nope. I am just moving from one enemy to the other. So, what is the BFG button? I actually don't know. Hold on. H, no. G, that's this. Oh, I am out of fuel. Okay. So, we gotta figure this out. Q? No, Q is previous weapon. That's that. So, that shot was absolutely at nothing. Okay, I need to figure out the BFG button, and somebody in chat will have said, Jab is not seeing the stream. Wait, what's happened? I feel like we're up. That's weird. Is everybody else able to see the stream? B, G, nope. H, F, X? No, I have no idea. Okay, but not next to that guy, please. Okay. Okay, let's figure out the button for BFGs. That is mouse and keyboard, key bindings. It's been a while, apparently. I know it's a special weapon, like the chainsaw is. BFG's T. There you go. Not that weapon, though. Don't fall. So I want to switch to the remote detonation. There we go. I do not have enough juice to take this guy with a chainsaw. It's not a lot of ammo. No, I definitely don't want that. Sorry, I want... There we go, super shotgun. I'll have to get a little bit close to him, but at least it does the damage. There we go. Alright, BFG for the win. I melted at least 2 guys with it. At least that was my count when it went off. It wasn't the smartest shot, but it got it where it counted. Should be T, unless it's a boss fight, fire the BFG over their heads and down the length of the room. Alright, I should have done that. I remember in the original Doom / Doom 2, I think I spent more time with Doom 2, the exact sort of like blast radius or effect range of the BFG wasn't super clear to me. It just felt like it would kill everybody over in that direction. In this game, it feels a lot like it shoots out a big green energy ball, and then as that energy ball is traveling, it deals out like lethal damage to anything in a pretty wide radius along its path of travel. So Zara is saying it's not just you, restart everything. Let me just double check. I apologize. We're just going to look very, very quickly, because I don't feel like it went down here at all. Let me just double check here. I was admittedly very caught up in the trying not to die there. Yeah, stream timer is still good. We'll clean it up on the back end if necessary. And Zara's halfway through redoing his farm for the resources. Oh, Zara was saying that it was just Jab. Okay, I'm relieved that it didn't go down for everybody. But also, it sucks that it went down for Jab, because his advice has been extremely helpful in this series. Okay, so we've done this. Before we go forward, let's just take a quick look to see if there's any secrets, and yes, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit forward from here. Yeah, there's all manner of things that I will watch and be like, do not waste your time on this. The Injustice movie does not fall to that category, but I would say that, like, play the game based on what Bones just said, read the comics, find some other way to ingest that story. But wait, I very much do not want to go down here. Hold on. Or go up there. I wanted to get this first. Also, Czar, thank you for the cheer. If we're going to be at infinite ammo, then I want to have this ready to go. And there's a health thing there, but I'm already at 200.
Once Vega's core is destroyed, the vacuum of energy will pull you back through to hell. We have your destination set to the well's location. Now use the crucible to power it down, and the portal here on Mars will be closed permanently. They will not allow access to the well without a fight. But I'm sure that's what you're looking for, isn't it?
I feel like this whole plan is the functional equivalent of doing a grenade jump between... So I have a problem. You guys, I feel like this is the end of the level, and I never found the blue keycard. I mean, it's way too late now, but... Wow, where did I miss it, do you think? I assumed that we would be going back for it. And maybe we will, but it really doesn't feel that way.
Thank you, Vega.
Yeah, I never got the 3 demons. That's the sort of thing where I spent a lot of time trying to get the, like, do the imps, the 5 different glory kills, and being able to revisit that, you know, throwing one grenade into some of those crowds of guys definitely would have gotten it done. But man, did I miss out on the secrets. I wonder where that blue keycard was. Stream has not crashed, it just takes a second to load each level. By destroying Vega, you created a portal directly into the heart of Hell. Now you must find your way to the source of the UAC's power known as the Well. The Crucible will allow you to absorb and contain the energy of the Well for good. Oh, let's check our things. So, kill... Okay. This is very unlikely. We can do a siege energy shot. I could stun 2 Barons of Hell, but... Sure. Find all 3 Skull Switch secrets. That is very unlikely. Kill 25 demons with the BFG. Well, I mean, in a crowded enough area, a few shots on that could happen. Also, here's our map. So wait, what would I want? I want to make sure that we had the stun gun on. Okay, there's stun gun. And then... siege mode. Okay, so theoretically, we're loaded up to try to kill 2 Hell Barons with 1 shot. I mean, probably, but let me just look up here very quickly. Okay, just wanted to check. No, the thing I wanted to look at is apparently up here. I don't think there's anything up here, just figured... Yeah, okay, just looking. I'm not going to try to do a... Boy, did I choose the wrong weapon for this. Oh my gosh. He's just having a freak out, or... Okay. I figured that if I tried to do the glory kill, I would wind up falling to my death, which may still happen. Thank God we're on infinite ammo. Let me switch back to this. That's... Okay, what? Trying to make good use of my infinite ammo, and these guys have the inconsideration to shoot me with their fireballs. Oh, these guys take no damage from the front at all. Also, there's no more free ammo, so we're gonna stop that now. I knew pinkies were damage resistant, but that was a full face blast of mobile turret, and nothing happened to him. Okay. Okay, still thought that was a bad thing. No, Summoner, come back. I've got a present for you. Okay, I need a little bit of space. Oh, wait, I did not mean to... I mean, maybe I should have done that. But... No, that was... I absolutely just pressed the wrong button. Oh, no. Darkham is saying, I fell asleep. Did the colony survivor starve? So, Darkham is referencing... I forgot about the BFG thing until just then. Darkham is referencing Rattopia, which is a game that I did an audition stream of earlier today. It was very fun, and Darkham, not quite either one. All of the rats rebelled and started lighting fire and overthrew the monarchy. It was actually much more violent than I was expecting based on the art style. But no, the colony absolutely did not survive. If anybody is curious, Rattopia is on Steam. It is a little bit oxygen not included, and I guess the next closest thing would be something like Terraria, but it's a lot more oxygen not included than it is Terraria. It's just that you do have direct control over your character. That's really the only point of similarity with Terraria. And I guess you can go mining down, but you can do that in oxygen not included as well. So, like, this seems like a good opportunity to pick up some BFG kills. Let's try what... oh, wait, no, there's like 3 guys here. Forget it. I don't suppose any of these guys were honorary Barons of Hell. That really would have helped out with that achievement. Darkham said you got overthrown. Damn straight. Like, they all put on their red bandanas and lit fire to everything. Like, Darkham, the whole colony was on fire. And it kept saying, like, your colony is under attack. And I was like, by who? There's no, like, bad zombie guys. But no, it was my own people. They were fed up, by which I mean they weren't fed at all. I didn't have any food for them. They were, like, running out of money. There's, like, a whole, like, individual level of, like, personal finance in that game. It is a lot more complicated than you'd think at a first glance. You look at it and say, oh, cool, like, little cartoon rats. It's just like The Secret of Nim. And I guess it is in the fact that it's way darker than you think it is from a first glance. Okay, you can feel free to be punchable anytime. This is where I came from, just trying to work out... I actually haven't really tried to work out where I'm trying to go to yet. Okay, but I need this guy to be dead in a way that I don't have to jump over to him. Okay. Again, though, I really feel like if I do that, I'm just going to fall off. Okay, I'm going to assume that he's dead. Okay, yes, I'm still going forward. Ish. What runes are you running? Let's look. I know that I have the Rich Get Richer, so... Yeah, it's infinite ammo above 75 armor. Glory Killing Demons drops armor, which is good for Rich Get Richer. And then demons become more glory kill friendly due to high damage resistance when staggered. Okay, so that's what's making it a lot worse. Well, but then again, I like this 90% of the time. It's only when I'm fighting these dudes in this circumstance. if we see more of them, I will switch out the rune so that hopefully I can do more make them dead ability. I forgot I had that last one on. Like here, it's just all free ammo for me. Or armor. Okay, then we go this way. Another game, because I know, like, Jab was also... At least my sense was that Jab enjoyed seeing this one. Marvel Midnight Suns is on sale for the Steam Summer Sale, and that game is always, like, an absolute song. I'm trying to remember, I think it was, like, MV Hank. I think Hank said that he just picked it up on the sale. It's so good. I mean, yes, but I also feel like I could save that if I take a lot of damage. Okay. I've lost my infinite ammo. Wait, no, this. So I'm at 10 of 25. I don't think I can climb that? No. Okay, but don't... $18, 19 of 25. Okay, we're getting there. What I need is like a big swarm of guys that no rational human being would throw a BFG at, and just remember to use it right at that moment. Okay, what I really need is for these guys to charge me, or to do this. Okay, these lost souls are gonna eat me, yeah. Trouble is, I hear them, but I don't know where they're coming from, and my target acquisition is not good enough. Nope. Okay, maybe another BFG right there would be great. Oh, no, I'm out of ammo. Okay. I need... Scope's really helping out. Wait, was it Baron or Knights of Hell that I was supposed to kill 2 of with 1 shot? Right at the moment, there's only 1 on the field, so we won't worry too much about it. But I thought it was Barons of Hell. Okay, how much? Yeah, I don't have a lot of that, and I am completely out of BFG group. Unless we find some more, I may have lost my shot, my chance at this, by not finding enough of it. Jeff says that's a glitch. I'd put Baron ammo on. Wait, what's ammo? It's probably one of the runes. Ammo boost? Okay. Oh, we did find one. Okay, so what do I need? Like 6 guys? I don't know that that ammo shows up on the map at all. All right, I want to see what that is. This? Yeah, this over here. Oh, well, that's 100% where I'm going. Is there anything else that I want to do here? I would like to see what's up over there. If possible. Javison, there's only 1 time when you can do it. Get the 6 guys. It might already be too late for me. I will continue to try. So yeah, that door is locked, and then there's... Okay, so this skull 100% opens up, but that's where you'd have to find the skull secrets, and I don't think that's very likely for me. Oh, Javison, the Barons, there's only 1 place to do it. I don't think I've seen any Barons in this level so far. I may also be misremembering. When guys show up, I'm mostly focused on how do I do damage to them. I'm not always charting what type they are. The Barons do stand out, though. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so I felt like he was facing over, or pointing over this way, which may mean that that skull is open now. Can I... Wait, can I see what's down here? I want to go back. Yes. So, much higher than this. I wonder if I can, like, do a bounce in that specific direction. Yeah. Wait, is this... This can't be the way. Okay, I just don't accept that there's nothing out here. Maybe it's a way back, because look, yeah, there's a thing up there. I can't get there from here, but if I was up there, then this would be the way to, like, rejoin the main level. So... absent knowing how to get there, which I guess is high above where I am right now. Yeah, maybe it is that up there. How odd. Yeah, that skull opened up when we pulled the, I don't know, the sword hilt out of the thing. And then that door there. Let me try to get up there so it's this way, yes? Yeah. I don't think that I can get there. Maybe, hold on, maybe from this. No, that walks me through the portal. Okay, wait. I'm so sorry. No, there's like a cooldown on it, and then you can go back through it. So, I don't think I can stand on that, no. I'll try this one more time. That doesn't look like it's a grabbable surface. You'd expect it to be a little bit more straight, if you could. Blah! No. Okay. So, whatever was back that way feels closed off to me now. And I'm sorry, this is... Right, that's where I don't know how to get to. And then everything else here, I feel like I've seen. Jab is saying that jump can be done. Let me try it one more time then, because I'm looking at it and feeling like that's pretty unlikely, but Jab has seen it done. It's possible that you don't jump from the brazier, but like from back here, we'll try it. Nope. And I'm just going to verify we can't stand on this pillar, right? That absolutely... Oh, look at that. Okay, hold on. Hold on, we'll wait for it to reset. I'm going to give that one more chance. And then I'm going to say that this is... Okay, hold on. Jump! Jump! Oh, okay. If it's possible, it feels like it is not... And sorry, Jab says that it is possible, and he knows this game very well. Accepting that it is possible, it is clearly not intended behavior, because I was right there, and Doom Guy does not want to put out his hands. Jab is saying to jump to the side. Alright, we'll give it one more shot. Jump to the side. Like to that stone, maybe? Oh, okay. No. Okay, so now don't slip, and I've got to like work my way around. Okay, but... Oh, you know what would help? Hold on. I have a rune to help with mid-air movement. I don't know if it will do this, but there's a reason that I updated it. In-flight mobility. Okay, and it's actually, like, super sensitive. Wow! So, the trouble is, this is now... I've given myself the yips. Okay. And now I want to do like a boomerang jump. Okay, well, I will pick this up because now... Oh, right, that's the thing that I didn't get on the way down. Yeah, the game is not ready for me to be here. So, where was I thinking that I would want to jump down to? Because I want to say that I can't actually get there from here. Yeah, it was like down here, which was actually from up there then. And that, again, does not look like something I can do. Okay, I am officially calling it quits on this plan. Hold on, I am going to switch back the rune, though. What did I have before? The extra ammo? Ammo boost. Wait, what was that? Hold on, maybe I wasn't paying enough attention to what this does. BFG ammo has a chance to drop from demons. Okay. I didn't realize that I'm sure that I recognized it at the time, but I haven't been doing very much in the way of BFG damage, so I didn't realize that just having that can give us more BFG ammo.
He must not be allowed to free them.
Ow. Not a great time to take a knee. I don't want that shield yet. I do want this. Okay, so they do take damage. It just feels like very little from the front. Like, very little from the front. I very much want to fire the BFG, but I want to do it when there's more than, like, 3 guys on the map. Oh, okay, we're doing this now. Okay, I'm out of infinite ammo now because I managed to take enough unnecessary damage. Sure. Oh, we did it! That was enough! Okay, we got the challenge. That was big, like, I don't know, close enough. I've got one more shot after this with the BFG. Okay, that cream juice may mean that there's a Hell Baron around. I want to say that that's the field that they throw down when their shots connect. Oh, no, it's this guy. That's all. I mean, I'll do it here just Because... Okay, I really could have used that health, so that's a bummer. Jav is voting to go to the stairs at the gates that open. That might have been in the previous room, though. So, the stun shot, I am not doing a good job of remembering that that has an arc to it, like it's a grenade launch. Not a straight shot. What percentage of those shots do you think hit? I'm feeling like 20%. Low ammo. So I feel like this takes the same ammo as the plasma gun then, because I haven't fired this in a second. Well, I don't know why I can't back up. Well, this is not feeling great. Oh, here's a Hell Baron. Hold on, does he have a cousin? I know this is very unlikely, but if we kill every other guy and then this guy, like, calls in his brother, then we've got a shot to do both of them. I'm not seeing a second one. Okay, if there was only one, then there was only one. Then this wasn't the space that we missed it. So, Jav was saying go to stairs at gates that open. That was probably in the previous room. I don't know if I can get back, but I'll give it a shot. So I think he'd also said earlier, this is the last level. They could also be these gates, but I don't think so. Oh, but there's a doll right here. Hold on, let me try to get the doll. Or just take a tumble. Man, they give you a lot of BFG ammo in this level, in the level where they're like, kill 25 guys. It feels a little bit like that challenge is invented for people like me who are like, I haven't really used it that much. So, how do you suppose that you get back there? It's oh, there we go. All right, we will take a look to see if we can get to the... Trouble is, where's the previous arena from here? I feel like it's down there. So let's go down and we're going to angle to the right. Oh, Jav is saying you can't go back. All right. That's a bummer. Not a big one, but I would have liked to have gone back. All right, then let's go forward. Princess Casey has added a couple MacBooks to her wish list on Amazon. I will say this, Princess Casey, if it's just for streaming, then you probably only need to verify compatibility with your capture card, and I think that you're not going to have any difficulty with that. If it is, and you also want to do video production, I'm just going to let you know there is no upwards limit on processor and memory. Like there's no level where you're going to say, and now I bought too much. You might spend too much, but video editing remains like the hardest thing that you can ask a computer to do. Not literally somebody who, like, I don't know, works in astrometrics is going to take issue with that comment, but... Okay, so our friend points that way, and the skull has opened. Was there anything else that I wanted to do in this area? I don't think so, since I can't go back. I have a feeling, and it's just a feeling, that these skull doors are consecutive. Like, you have to open the first one to get into the second one. Or maybe not. Hold on. Wait, now... Wait, where was the door? It was further back. Okay, yeah, that shut me right up. So, yeah, you had to find all three of those, and I've passed two of them and never saw the skull switch at all. And the thing is, like, you saw just there how it glows. It really draws the eye. I'm gonna watch back the VOD later and be like, shit, it was right there. Both of them were right there. They were right in my face. Wait. Before I go forward, Jab is saying to hit the skull and come back. Was there something more? That might have been it, but I will pause for a second because I have a tendency to move forward. Casey's that girl who leaves her ex-boyfriend's mom... Oh, mom's $200 shoes in the taxi. Okay, and Jab said that I did it. All right, just wanted to double check. Okay, but don't beat up against the wall. Okay, and that's all of my infinite ammo. Larg! This... Oh. Also, while we're thinking of it, why don't I now switch it over to the Siphon Grenade? That was how I found out that this yellow glowing floor is not toxic, by the way, by just walking right into it. I didn't, as far as I could tell, I didn't take damage, so I'm gonna just say, oh, cool. I know that I think I'm immune to that damage now, and I still didn't want to. Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah, I don't know if it matters, but I was intentionally trying to shoot past him and then detonate it so that it would hit his backside. Oh, I really thought he was down. Okay, are you serious? I can't go forward. I'm just letting you guys know. Fuck it. I don't feel like there's a lot of invisible walls in this game, which is why when they appear, it's like, are you kidding right now? So there is a quad damage there. I don't really want to use it based on the guys that are currently present. Maybe I will feel bad about that decision in a moment, but right at the second, it's like, I feel like I got this. Although I could definitely go for some ammo. Okay. That guy really tricked me by climbing. Okay, then you. Someone's got to get the ammo for me. Fortunately, I lost that dude. Ah, there he is. Wow! Oh, man. That imp, like, bumped my shin as I was jumping forward. Totally, woof. Absolutely killed my momentum, and then when I pressed F, I guess I wasn't close enough, or maybe my reticle wasn't on him, and I missed the glory kill. Oh, I have infinite ammo now, by the way. Should probably be doing it. Wait, that's not the right button. Hold on, I want that, and then that. I have run dry on extra ammo. Yes, I saw that coming the entire way in. Go, get him! F. One thing that I think is pretty cool, and maybe it's just because you go far away from them, when you go through the teleport, it does feel like the enemies kind of lose track of you for a second, and it gives you a bit more breathing room, more than you would expect for just like, oh, I'm over here now. Like, they're like, huh? Where did he go? No, dude just does not care about me shooting him right now. But no, stop doing that though. Oh, wait, damn it. Hold on, we've got a Baron of Hell. Again, if I can get a second one, it's optimistic for sure, but... if we don't try, we definitely don't get it. Oh, we've got two. Okay, hold on. So, what do I want? A better plan than what I've got currently. So I want to make sure that I have the stun grenade up. Okay, yep. And also I need some ammo on this gun, so we're going to stop doing this. And then I would need to have this weapon. And I think... yeah, siege mode. Alright, so let's give this a try. It's Q to switch between them. Well, hold on. I don't think that counted. No, this guy didn't go down. It was a good try, though. I think. I am absolutely congratulating myself on trying and failing. And the good news is we're going to get another shot because I'm going to die. Do we have any options? That's a quad damage. It's not a don't take damage. Nope. I don't feel like I've got a lot of play here. Nope. Oh, hold on. I got a little bit of health. I could use all of that, please. Where is he? There is a Kako demon around, yeah? Who is throwing that? Was that it? Okay. I should have died there. I mean, mechanically, I don't know why I didn't die. I think I just got extremely lucky. And also, it would have been smarter to die and try to take another shot at those Barons. But what I needed to do, clearly, was more damage to them and then stun them and then shoot them with the beam. Oh, Jab was saying that I should have used the quad as well. Yeah, that's another good point. But I had them all lined up and everything. I hit both of them. One of them I melted, and one of them I just put into stagger mode. I have to say, I'm not hating this level, because I do really like the combat in it. Alright, I feel like we're here. Really? Okay. And the BFG, that doesn't count towards the one shot, right? Maybe it does. That doesn't feel right, though. I feel like it's really telling you that you need to use the siege weapon. Jab is saying no, it doesn't. Yeah. It's like, that's killing them with one shot in the most technical possible sense. It doesn't feel like that would be correct. Maybe this got covered in a log someplace or in one of the future games. This is not the most important thing. But I'm just, like, curious, like, when they call this hell, like, are there human souls here?
They promised me so much.
Krang. Hold on. Jab was voting to change runes, and it's not a bad idea. So we're probably not going to get any more ammo boost or glory kills for that matter. I still want this just in case, and I might even have 75 armor right now. I know that on a previous boss fight, vacuum had come in handy because the items basically came to me. And then that's not helpful. No. Maybe equipment power. Yeah, because then I can throw siphon grenades, and if it does more power. Glory kills is not going to be helpful here. In-flight mobility, not so much. Demons become more glory feel handy. Yeah, no, let's do equipment power. That's what I'm going to choose. Oh, okay. What is this? Like, why do we have a pillar here? I'm waiting for the trick. Okay, hold on. Oh, I like that flip move. That's really neat. Oh, are these mines? Okay. Yeah, no, I like that he's like a reversible toy. It's like having two toys in one. Or chi, I suppose. Okay, any other weapon than this? hold on. I want to know what they promised her. Again, might have been covered in one of the logs at some point. I know that she suffered from, like, an extreme spinal injury. What? Okay, so don't stand in this. So maybe they just promised her freedom from pain, but surely at some point she's read some sort of monkey's paw story where, like, this is the freedom from pain. Okay, but don't... Well, okay, that's... Okay, the trouble is I don't know what she did last time that knocked me off the pillar, so I'm just gonna be maybe a little... No! So she's got, like, a trick. I sort of saw that there were some rays of energy going between the pillars, so maybe what you have to do is look to find a pillar that doesn't have a beam going to it. I like the little T-Rex arms. Well, oh, this is completely new. She didn't do this last time. I don't feel like she did that last time either. Well... Yeah, the lock-on missiles are really helpful for me because for something this large, it's actually really nimble. Both the flip move and a couple of its jumps take it outside where I was expecting to shoot. Okay, but this is the move, isn't it? Oh no, she was just sparking. Wait. Hold on. So around now, she's going to start doing, like, we're at half or so. Nope. Probably should have been doing that the entire time. Ow. So... Nope, out of ammo. Really working down the ammo tree here. Hold on, what else do we got? Super shotgun. Okay, this is it. Okay, I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. It's probably a variation on our pillar trick, but I haven't learned that part yet. Okay. Wow! Okay, so I need to get behind something so that, because that tracks pretty well. I was moving to one side and double jumping and it still hit me. So either I need to be further back or stand behind a pillar when it's going to come down. Oh. I feel like this is too slow. Okay, wait, whoa. Okay, but not in the minefield, though. I'm mostly aiming for the face, but also you would just think that the big fleshy brain parts would be fairly weak to energy blasts as well. Ow! Oh, don't stand here, though. But I need to watch out for her, like, throwing a big block at me. Okay, but don't... Okay, get ready for block. Or... So again, why did that happen? Part of me feels like it happened when I pulled the trigger, so like there was like some recoil, except that doesn't seem to be how that weapon works. Okay. I do like the fact that, like, see how it's gone to the mobile turret on this? Oops. That it retains that change, like your equipment loadout and runes. You don't have to set those every single time. I gotta say, this does not feel like the one. Yikes. Wait, that was a perfect jump behind something. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference on where that blast hits. Okay. I don't know that I could have done more damage to myself. Okay, health is back up, so that feels good. So I just want to keep my head on a swivel for a big block. Whoa. So, okay, so, oh, you know what's happening? You guys, okay. I think... Sorry, before this fails away. I think what's happening is that there's an aura effect of damage around the shot itself. I think the siege cannon shot is destroying the pillar that I'm standing on. I think that's what's happening. Okay. And I could be dead wrong, but also I will practice not doing the siege mode shot while standing on the pillar. It makes a huge difference to hit the fleshy parts. So I'm trying to be a little more careful with that. Oh, yikes. Okay, they're doing a second season of Hysteria. I know that show got like a lot of comparisons to Stranger Things, and I'm not sure that a lot of that was deserved. Oh, right. I literally said I wasn't going to do that anymore. Hold on. Any other weapon? Yeah. Hold on. Okay, hold on. But not that weapon. Hold on. Okay, but he's still... Yes, the rays go and then they lift spikes on the pillars. Okay, I'm getting it. Understanding the mechanics of the fight is different from being able to win the fight. But it's the first step. I don't know what I was thinking either. Okay, okay. No, I know. Don't! 3. Okay, so I don't know that standing behind the pillar helps, because I still took full damage from that as far as I could tell. Oh, and also, I should probably not go for the stun. I bet it doesn't work. Can I F you? No? Okay, feel free to give up. Oh, God, one of us is gonna run out of health. His bar is down, but until it stops moving, I'm not gonna stop. Oh, we can do it. Okay, hold on. Oh, that weapon upgrade point is really going to come in handy.
You've won. It's over. You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, VEGA, this entire operation. You see, I've watched you work, come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work. I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you, but I won't have you standing in our way. Until we see each other again.
That was a really good smash cut to title. We'll see if we get credits. I might take down the volume a little bit if we do. All right, somebody give me a readout on volume if the music is... Oh, I can already tell you it's going to be a little bit too loud. Maybe not. So I have a question for Jab. This feels very much like the sort of game where if you beat it on the harder difficulty level, then there might be extra story. Without telling me for what it might be, what is the... Is there an extra story beat if you beat it on the hardest difficulty level? Like a post-credit sequence or something? All right, I'm going to risk taking the volume down a little bit because I want to talk a little bit about the game. I don't want to interfere with the credits, but hopefully we can do this very smoothly. We'll just take this down. It doesn't actually look that loud, but we'll take it down some. Okay, Jab says that there is no more story. Yeah, it just feels like it leaves that door way open. So... yeah, Doom 2016. I've talked a little bit as we've gone through. I played a ton of Wolfenstein 3D. I think I played a little bit of Doom 1, but Doom 2 was my jam. Like, that's the game that I played a whole bunch. Doom 3 is the only game I have ever found where they broke the street date and I got the game a couple days before it was supposed to be sold. I was so excited. I was so looking forward to it, and I don't think it is an uncommon reaction to just be like, that game wasn't very good. My main memory of Doom 3 is it was extremely dark. It was very interesting from a visual design standpoint in that it was... at all resolutions, it just looked super smooth because they absolutely mastered their visual level layout so that you would not see jaggies even if you didn't have very good anti-aliasing because of how there's been a number of articles written about how the design was made so that it always looked super clean, and it definitely did. The trouble with Doom 3 is that it felt like at various points in development it might have been trying to be more of an immersive sim. It had a whole bunch of audio logs that were meant to advance the story, and the number one thing that I remember is, A, the audio logs didn't sound very good. They didn't sound nearly as bad as they do in Batman Arkham Asylum, and yeah, those... I don't know why nobody ever talks about it. The audio logs in Arkham Asylum are very, very bad. I don't think that the voice acting is bad. I think that the writing and the they just sound like they were all recorded in a booth. Doom 3, all of those audio logs sound exactly like they were recorded in an audio booth, and so that really draws you out of it. They're very inorganic, they're very stiff, they don't play very well, and then at least up to the point in Doom 3 that I played through, all of the encounters were you walk into an environment and a whole bunch of monster closets open up. So it was really incongruous between there's all these audio logs, there's all this in-world stuff. They work really hard to sell you on the idea that this was a real Martian base and that you're a Marine there. This is a really cool credit sequence. I just want to acknowledge that as well, because I've been watching it as it's gone. Really like that ending, too. There's everything about it that's like trying to convince you that this is a real world place. And then as you're navigating through it, why are there these little closets with literally nothing in them? Like not even enough room for a mop, but you've got 3 imps in there. It just... I really like Darren DePaul, by the way. Samuel Hayden. I think he did a really great job. Not a lot of other voice acting in it. You know, there was the voiceover guy from the Demon who would narrate about the Doomslayer, and then Vega, and then the horrible AI hologram guy. But I thought that Sam Hayden there did a really, really great job. My point is, not a big fan of Doom 3, and I don't think that I have a super hot take on that. And that sort of made me feel at the time that I had sort of moved beyond Doom. I tried Rage as well. I just found Rage, which was also by id Software, super dull. So when you have Doom 3 and Rage as back-to-back releases from id Software, you start to think that here's a company that's putting out things that just aren't for me anymore. Other people liked Rage. That's cool. Like, I have no problem with that. I assume that there's people out there that enjoyed Doom 3. But for me, I'm like, okay, maybe this studio is just sort of mired in design ethos that isn't for me. This game was a lot of fun. I really want to underscore that. I'm trying to think of exactly again how I want to say this. The fact that I don't care very much about the background narrative, and I didn't read a lot of those text logs and, you know, the background on the UAC and stuff like that, is very different from resenting the fact that it's in there. I love the fact that it's in there, and that also you can completely disregard it and run around shooting guys with a shotgun. If that stuff wasn't in there at all, and it was just, if it was Doom 3, like if it was Doom 3 and it felt like I was just going into an environment and a bunch of monster closets open up and then I shotgun them, I would have been very bored. And I know that that sounds like a super weird thing to say. Wait a second. You don't care about the story and also would have been less happy if it had been absent. I know. I know. And yes, it is true, because when I'm running around these environments, especially in the Martian areas, it's like, this was a workspace? Really? Where human beings would come and punch in for their 9 to 5? No, the hell it wasn't. But the fact that they do have those logs in there, and that somebody somewhere sat down and put some thought into, why were they trying to get into hell? What's Argent energy? Why are there all of these elite troopers around that drop upgrade points for Doom Guy's armor and stuff? The explanations given are ultra thin and probably fall apart at the slightest touch, and yet I really appreciate that that amount of effort was put into it. That it's not just a bunch of combat mechanics and enemy makeups and damage output versus input, but they did think a little bit about that, and I genuinely really appreciate that. If anybody isn't ultimately familiar with the channel, same thing in Subnautica. I'm a big story guy. I'm a big background and lore guy. I love reading codex entries and learning more, but I didn't read a single one in Subnautica. I love Subnautica. I love Subnautica Below Zero. I had a fantastic time. They remain at this sentence the only survival crafting style games that I've played all the way through and hit credits and finished, didn't ever read a single thing in any of those logs. But I really like the fact that they're in there, because they communicate that the developers were taking their world seriously and they wanted to give it something under the surface that made it all hook together. And I don't know, I feel like I'm spending a lot of time explaining that I did not pay a huge amount of attention to the story in terms of reading the supplementary materials, and yet I'm very glad that it's in there. Hopefully that I've made some comment on that. B, I'm not like, oh man, we got to see the StarCraft 1 units in the StarCraft 2 engine guy. Like, I don't have a huge amount of affection for old sprite-based designs that then you get to see in 3D. For me, it's more of a artistic curiosity. How do you take that Pinky Demon and turn it into an enemy in this game? Well, it turns out you do that by making him into a charge demon that he doesn't have a lot, if anything, in the way of range attacks, but he can move really, really quick, corner better than you think. But if you can sort of jump over him and get him to smash face first into a wall, then you get to shoot him in his fleshy backside and do a lot more damage to him. I don't remember the big tubby guys, like the big round guys, but the Hell Barons, the imps were super cool. I really like the imp design. I love the fact that they would have these. I like the fact that they could cling to walls. I like the way that they would jump and clamber over ledges. I like the way that they would sort of do these like dive and dash maneuvers. They reminded me of baseball players when they make a catch and then they immediately need to throw to second base or something. And they do that sort of like off-balance toss, but they're throwing fireballs. They absolutely nailed the animation, and the summoners were great. I had probably as much difficulty fighting the summoners as any other enemy type, but their teleport maneuver, those like waves of energy that they would fire that like crackle along the ground, I really, really liked how the combat of this worked and flowed. And it had these audio cues when you were low on health. It had these audio cues when you were getting hit. There's moments where I would be like, oh man, I was trying to move and I would get like stuck on an imp, like just this episode. I was moving forward, an imp like bumped me and I lost all of that forward momentum. But imagine the alternative where you just like magically pass through the imp, like you get all of these invincibility frames when you're in the air. I don't want that. So I just felt like this game feels really, really good to play, which was a little bit of a surprise. I haven't seen a lot of this game. I think I've only seen like a little bit at the very, very beginning, but it never looked very fun to play to me. This turns out to be one of those games where the seeing of it doesn't really communicate the feel of it. It looks very fluid. It looks very smooth. The glory kills, okay, well, that's kind of neat, I guess. But when you get to do it, when you're in that combat flow of you're constantly moving, you're constantly strafing, you're trying to dial in a shot here and there, and then when the enemy starts flashing, you immediately want to go forward and do that glory kill. That particular flow and how good it feels when you land a headshot, when you are moving at a pretty high rate of speed, but you do land that hit and you see that flash, it just feels really, really good to play. I don't think that if you put a controller in my hands, I would have absolutely biffed it. I don't know how people play a game this fast with like this degree of like 3D movement with a controller. And the thing is, like Mr. Bones was in here earlier. I know that Bones and Mr. Binky could just dial in headshots all day long, because I've seen them do it in like Destiny and Overwatch. They're so good at first-person shooters on controllers. I would have absolutely failed at this game. Also, before I go ahead and read chat, this was like my just sort of general, gentle disinterest in the story is another reason that I was extremely open to feedback from chat. And Jab 5974, to say his full name out, he knows this game inside and out. I knew that he was a fan. I didn't know that he knew the game as well as he does. And throughout the entire playthrough, particularly in episode 1, and then again here from like the little interstitial episode from 6 to 7. He was just extremely helpful and like, hey, there's a secret up ahead, when you get there, do this and that. And I was completely open to that in a way that in a lot of games I'm not. Usually I want to do the game in my own way, use the weapons that I like to use, explore, and what I find, and what I don't. In this, I don't know, it just felt better, and I liked it better, being able to interact with Jab and others in chat to be like, oh, okay, there's a secret over here. Oh, I'm going to ride the blue lift up to get this one. I guess it's just because, again, when the story is kind of secondary, there's no narrative choices to be made. It feels a lot to me like the run I always intended to do in a game like Uncharted, or like late game Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where I had solved all of the puzzles in that game I was ever going to solve. There were ones that I solved so many of those puzzles in that game, but there were some I banged my head against for like an hour, and eventually was just like, fuck it, and I just looked it up. Here, rather than look it up, I had somebody in chat that was willing to share their knowledge, and like, yeah, absolutely, let's go for it. So just a special thank you to Jab for that, because I had a lot of fun with this playthrough, and I hope that Jab is able to join in the future when I'm going to do Doom Eternal, because again, unless we suddenly get dialogue wheels in that one, I feel like I will again be very open to just like, hey, go over here to get this secret, that secret, and another. I will say this, I don't think I'm super likely to replay this on a harder difficulty level. However, if I do replay it, it would be on Ultra Violence, I think it's called. When we did the other episode between 6 and 7, that extra episode was done at the higher difficulty level. I was expecting to spend a lot of time dead, and I'm sure that if I was playing this episode here at the end of the game on that difficulty, it would have been taken a lot longer. But at the time, it didn't feel undoable. It was actually a lot of fun and made steady progress, and it was a lot of fun to do it on Ultraviolence. So in the event that I decide to XCOM 2 this at some point, I decide to Stellaris this, and man, I really want to revisit that game, I will almost certainly set it up. It's much more likely I'll just move forward to Doom Eternal. And here's the thing about Doom Eternal. Having now played this on Hurt Me Plenty, it would make me feel like I'd want to do Doom Eternal at the next difficulty up, unless they're like, oh, and by the way, we're not going to have as many, tutorials in it. Because you guys, I just this episode, I had to look up how to use the BFG. I didn't remember what the button was. Imagine how much harder that might have been if I'd never been introduced to the idea that it had its own button. I just didn't know what it was. So yeah, not sharing the tutorials or having the tutorial availability tied to difficulty is a curious choice. I would prefer to say, hey, what difficulty do you want it at? And B, do you already know the game? Do you want us to just cut out the tutorials? Because I feel like those could be separate options. I would have been a little bit more open to trying this on Ultraviolence if I had. And also, by the way, probably would have regretted that choice, since you can see how often I died. So let's just take a quick look. Jab is saying that Rage 2 is pretty good. Jab, we have Rage 2 because of that. I've heard that Rage 2 is much better than the first one. I haven't played it yet. I would like to, because I've heard that from a lot of people. Rage 1, I'm sorry, I found that game extraordinarily dull. Like, just incredibly... I don't think that boring is a very useful adjective, because it just means it's tantamount to just saying, well, I didn't like it or something. But I just never, ever had any fun with Rage. But I've heard that Rage 2 is built for people with that reaction, that it's a much better game. I'd love to check it out. Jab is saying I'm more of a story guy. Very true. And then Mancubus, is that the big heavyset guy? Are you going to pick up what you missed, or are you done? I'm probably done for now, Jab. If that changes, then I will. Jab, I'll share this. I was down to play this morning, and I remembered, wait a second, due to Jab's time zone, there's no way that he's going to be awake this early. So I'm like, I will be happy to wait. I hope, Jab, that you have enjoyed A, getting to help out, and B, getting to experience this game through the eyes of somebody that, I don't do a lot of first-person shooters, and also I am experiencing this 2016 game in the year of our Lord 2025. It's almost a full decade after it came out. It holds up really well. Like, that's the other thing. I know of a person who sort of sneers at any game that's older than about 24 months. Like, oh, really? You want to play that old game? And I'm like, I would. This game is 9 years old. Maybe I'm just underestimating something about it, but I don't see anything in the graphics, the mechanics, the flow, the quality of any part of it that would make me say, oh, this game is from 9 years ago. This game feels and looks fantastic to this day. Also, I want to continue reading in chat, but just for the record, for anybody watching this later in life, this is the first game that we've streamed for Twitch that has been simultaneously recorded for upload to YouTube, and we had a chance to experiment a little bit with the settings, and we will continue to work on refining that to make it as good of an experience as possible. But Doom proved to be a very useful testbed for that because it is so quick. There's so much happening on screen all of the time. This was a game that we were able to play at 4K, dial all of the graphical settings all the way up to maximum, and then compare what you guys see in the VOD to what was present here on the screen. And where there are deficiencies to that, we will continue to work on it. Just rest assured that dating all the way back to episode 1, we've given it... Oh, and by the way, all of the red. Red is a really difficult color for the internet to compress and process. So like a screen like this, Doom was a very, very useful testbed for that, and I think that every single recording moving forward is going to benefit from what we learned in doing this. So it's always a moving target. Thank you guys for your patience as we tried to get this looking and playing as good as we could, and yeah, there's all of that. Jab is saying, I really thought I was going to hate glory kills. He's saying that he thought he was going to hate glory kills, and he really loved them. Can't help an Eternal. I played 5 hours and quit. Really? Rage 2 was way underrated, says Jab. Hello to Gaki, by the way. Yeah, no, we've got Rage 2. I was ready to swear off of Rage 2 because of how much I just did not respond to the first one. And again, the first Rage isn't a game that I point at and be like, oh, here's my list of grievances with it. It just was unimaginably dull. There's probably somebody out there who just like that was their favorite game released that year. I'm not here to outline all of the reasons why Rage didn't work. It actually reminded me of that same design ethos as Doom 3, where there were a couple people on the team that were really dedicated to building like a deep open world, and everybody else, like a deep lore, a deep backstory, like a deep quest system. And then every single other person on the team was just like, no, we're just going to build a shooter. And id, as you can see here, is very good at doing shooting. And based on Doom 3 and Rage 1, not very good at building deep, intricate lore with lots of interesting characters and dialogue choices and quest rewards. And it felt like Rage was maybe reaching a little bit in that direction and just gave up. I don't know. It didn't feel good. And then Rage 2 came out and everybody was like, holy shit, they really nailed it. If you want another example that happened to me, The Evil Within 1, I disliked intensely. It felt bad. It looked bad. I played it back when it had this like super letterboxing where you felt like you had access to 1/3 of the screen. It was ridiculous. I very much disliked The Evil Within 1. Evil Within 2, I loved. And I bought it because, just like Rage 2, people said, no. Don't worry about what you thought about the first one. Try this one. It's a way better game. And they were absolutely right. I do think that The Evil Within 1 has been greatly improved by, among other things, removing that letterboxing. I'm not usually somebody who cares that much about that. We watch letterbox movies all the time. I don't usually, but I have rarely played a game that felt more like I was looking through Geordie LaForge's visor as when I was playing The Evil Within. That game was really awful. It was a terrible gameplay experience. So it was such that whatever else it might have had going for it with the gameplay mechanics or the atmosphere or the what I think ultimately did prove to be a really inventive premise, you couldn't get through to it because the game was such an awful experience to actually engage with. But there we go. That's The Evil Within. We're on Doom right now, and yeah, I don't let's on the way out. What's the least good thing that I would say about this game? I'm really thinking. It's not like the best game that I've played this year, but is there anything about it that I would want to change or improve? Because here's the thing. This game is exactly what it set out to be. I liked everything about it. I liked, we didn't talk about the weapon upgrades and the weapon challenges where it incentivizes you to make extra use of different weapons in these, I don't want to say inventive ways, but to really showcase what they do so well. In order to upgrade the siege cannon, you need to, fire one shot that kills at least 3 guys, and you have to do that 5 times. When you have to, upgrade the siege mode turret, the mobile turret mode, in a single deployment, kill 4 or more guys. It's those little challenges that feel like really, really good Xbox 360 era achievements where it's not just to get the reward, it's also teaching you something about how to use the weapon and what role it's intended to play in the game. That's super smart design. When I say what would I recommend, what would I want to see done better, I'm not sitting here thinking about now how do I denigrate the game or the developers. I'm trying to say this is one of those games that succeeds so thoroughly at being exactly what it sets out to do that anything that might make it more of a game that I like dialogue choices and, I don't know, quest rewards, that's not what this game is. It's not what the developers ever wanted it to be, and I don't know that I would like it better if it was those things. So I'm really trying to think about, oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, I'll give it. I wouldn't have minded a button to shut up the hologram. I never complained when Samuel Hayden was talking, VEGA or what's-her-face, the lady with the scoliosis. And I'm not being funny there. I think they, she had, really severe, crippling, spinal damage. And I think they specifically said it was scoliosis. They were all fine. The hologram just never shut up. Just long, what, sir, what are you talking about? What tour group do you think that you're interacting with? I wouldn't have minded an extra checkbox to just shut the hologram. Just that one guy. Maybe that's my big gripe with the game. And it's not really much of one because it was only in my way because here I am trying to stream at the same time. Everything else was great. Even there at the end, just that the design of that last guy, the cyber demon we fought before. What's the big brain spider guy? He was in Doom 2 as well. And I don't remember what the name is. It wasn't Cyber Demon, was it? Cyber Demon is the big mechanized Hell Baron. But the big, he's got a name. Jab, do you remember the name of what that guy was called in Doom 2? Because I recognize the enemy design, but then at the end, when Sam Hayden draws that plasma sword from Halo and it's lighting up his chassis and stuff, the game just looks phenomenal. It just, I don't know. I really, really enjoyed this playthrough. And by the way, just the perfect length. Spider Mastermind says, I'm going to go with Crust. I'm not sure how to pronounce the first part. Jab was guessing Spider Demon, but Crust is saying Spider Mastermind. That makes sense given the giant brain. I really like the little T-Rex arms. It's one of those little things that's an example of something that is absolutely not necessary for the enemy design. I don't think that those little tendril arms, those little Krang arms did anything, but it makes it feel more like an actual creature because it's got these weird appendix like just vestigial parts that don't serve its current form and yet were left over from whatever form that made it. Anyway, I just think stuff like that is really cool. I think that the people that did the monster design in this knocked it out of the park. I think they did a great job. Gaki saying, dude, I'm playing Majora's Mask right now, still fun. Age of a game is not an indication of fun. No, Gaki, you are reminding me that, oh gosh, it was right when Majora's Mask 3D came out on the 3DS. Brandon Kukowski-Chanel was talking about it. Mr. Binky, super good at playing first-person shooters on a controller. He was playing that on the 3DS. I remember that on his podcast, he was talking about, like, rediscovering that game again on a portable platform and how good it was. Majora's Mask is such a masterpiece. And I never wound up playing it on the 3DS. God damn, that game is good. It's a shame that there's no way to hook up here. There's no way to hook up and stream from a 3DS. I don't know that it would be pleasant for people watching just because the fidelity isn't really designed to go on your 4K screen, but man, that game is good. I really hope that they do, even if they don't do Majora's Mask 3D, I would love to see them, I really want Nintendo to do Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD. I really want them to port that from the Wii U over to the Switch 2. Please do that. I know it's going to take some extra development time, but Wind Waker HD, well, welcome to Doom, everybody. Wind Waker HD is so much better than the original Wind Waker was. It's the quality of life improvements cannot be overstated, and it would honestly be really difficult for me to ever play original Wind Waker again with Wind Waker HD having had that experience. It is so much better. It's okay. That's a stream for a different day. So let's call it here. We will be revisiting the Doom universe again at some point in Doom Eternal. If I do decide to come back and collect any missing collectibles here, I will interact with Jab some more because I would love to have his assistance on that. But we're going to call it here for Doom. You guys, thank you so much for joining us for this full playthrough of a game from 2016. And I have to say, I never come into a game expecting to have a bad time. I still had a much better time with this than I would have expected, just based on what I had seen from other streamers. So if you are on the fence about this, I will just say that this game, right at the moment of this sentence, is $3 American during the Steam Summer Sale. What else are you going to get for $3 that gives you this level of entertainment? So just putting that out there. Hopefully, if you guys see this at any point near when it's recorded, and just know there's your watermark for what, picking up in the future if it looks of interest to you. Thank you guys so much. We're going to find somebody fun to raid. And until next time, you guys, thank you so much. And I hope you have a great night.